YouTube, and back is your boy Collins, and I'm back again. Today I'm talking about how overstimulation is really ruining our minds, our life. So it's very common for a person to complete a difficult task every day nowadays, as checking or the notification of maybe your Instagram or any other social media, as you have the constant need to check your phone, whether that is social media or anything that is addicted to you. This is due to dopamine in the brain, which controls your motivation to do whether that thing is good for you or not. So, despite the fact that we share the same brain of our ancestors thousands of years ago, we don't live in that world. We live in a world with easily access of dopamine, instant gratification, where things are more easily to achieve, and more and more we crave for those things, more we come back on those things. Supernormal stimuli hijack our natural reward pathways, tricking our brains, thinking that we are about to do something so important for survival, and that we have an irresistible urge to do that thing. For example, food is obviously an integral part of survival, such as chips. And these food are mechanically engineered to be high in both fats and calories, so that when we eat it, our brains remember that, so we can come back to eat more. This is because high fat, high calories food generally make us to live more longer. This is why our ancestors rather eat a whole animal rather than an individual berry of a tree. So in all that, we simply go where our dopamine system tells us to go. That's why we get addicted to social media, as our dopamine motivates us to search for that bit of validation, whether that is a like or comment or anything that make us to release a huge amount of dopamine. So basically, for us who find it difficult to focus and find it hard to be more motivated and do other things, it's because we have programmed our brains to fall for this supernormal stimuli than normal natural stimuli. And that's not that natural stimuli aren't rewarding, it's the fact that it's less rewarding than artificial one, supernatural rewards. So to overcome this, you have to rewind your brain, making yourself to think that this natural stimuli, they are actually pleasurable, and that they are really good for us, and more beneficial for our survival. And to accomplish this, you don't want to do things such as go on a dopamine fast for a few days. That would be crazy. But you need to think about the long term and reset the baseline of how much stimulation we actually need. It's as when you're camping, there is not much to do other than just look around, just go for a walk, and do things that are really pleasurable. It's also when people quit an addiction and go full cold turkey, and they truly find the enjoyment in life itself, as everything starts to become enjoyable, and they begin to find things other than their addiction that are pleasurable. And one thing that I think that we can all relate is during the lockdown, how it's just ruined our lives. When we were staying there with our phone 24/7 through the internet, our baseline of dopamine and stimulation was and can still be so high than more boring things became almost painful to do in comparison. We are always looking for that instant escape from the other task, those things that they seems hard for us to do, in which I always find myself doing, reaching subconsciously my phone, for example. And I think that a lot of people can relate on that also. So if it is possible to find a genuinely way to make our life better rather than worse, why don't we want to go and do that thing instead? By cutting down social media, Instagram, YouTube, or eating junk food, you might actually go and look for a book to read, or going to the gym. So a way to make sure you stick to this idea of supernatural artificial stimuli is to make a short list of things that are low stimulus, which you can do as an alternative of something more stimulating. Whether that is to read a book, going for a walk, talking to a friend, or going to the gym, just enjoy life. Do the simplest things that you can do in your life. This therefore gives you an automatic response to that urge to pick up your phone and aimlessly start scrolling through TikTok or Twitter for hours on end. So, said all this, focus on the things that actually add value in your life. You don't need to sit on your phone for 5 hours a day. And take care.